Okay. Set this up, and then we'll get straight into it. Testing. Testing. Hello. Hello. Nice. Okay. I'll just put the Discord in the chat. I believe I forgot to do that last stream. While we do that, I am gonna quickly pop on to Phasmo and just immediately get that on. Pin that message. Nice. Okay. We are gonna slightly turn down that Minecraft audio though. Do you want that in the background? I feel like that adds some touch. Nice. Alright, welcome in everyone. It's been a good bit. I've been quite busy. We are just quickly gonna get back to what we were doing, which off stream I have managed to construct this area. Which today I believe we should be going up here, trying to get this garden at least done. So this area. Maybe if we can try and get some outside buildings done, but we don't know just yet. If I head into the Minecraft world, I have been doing quite a lot on the actual build. It's been getting a lot bigger. I need to actually change my scale back down to 1. There we go. But I have constructed the chapel area. We've even got a piano, which for some reason is now broken because I killed it. I need to keep that in mind for next time. We'll just need dragon heads. So if we do this, should be able to. There we go. Yeah, so it kind of looks like a piano. Nice. So yeah, we've got this area done, and we've also got each hallway on the side, which, to be fair, is a lot better. I do believe I turned off the ghosts, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'm just going to open all of this and get this all on. I think what we'll do, I think we'll start on the left side. I feel like that sounds like a better idea in general. I don't know if I want to do this room just yet. I am realising that that is the wards, so I feel like I might leave that for now. Obviously we've got a boarded room here, which we don't have access to. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of these rooms where it's going to be optional. They are very, very small though. Is there a light? There is. Oh. Okay, that's not nice. Alright, so the way I've been doing it is we've been kind of calculating how big the tiles are. And judging by the fact that I believe I've made this 6 or 5 wide. Let's see. So this hallway here is going to be 4. And the tiles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. So it's around about that ratio. Now we just need to count over and just see how big we've made this as well. So we've made this 6. So if I just count the tiles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's a ratio of 1 to 2. So basically every 2 tiles I place a block going down this hallway, which is nice to know. We are just going to see how far this hallway goes, just because I don't want to make it too far just yet. Yeah, so it goes all the way down here, so we can actually just build it from all the way. So if we just go down to the bottom again. I know there's a way to enable infinite sprint, but I can't remember how to do it on Phasmo. Alright, so if we're counting, we need to count and then divide by 2. So let's hope it's an even number, if not we'll have to round it. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Oh my god, okay. So that's around about, if we had to round it, I'd say 92. So I believe that is 46. What that is divided into, I'll just quickly check. Divide by 2, it is... Yeah, it is 46. Nice. Alright, so we just have to make this 46 blocks long. So it's basically just counting all the way, and this is what's really going to make this build get massive now. So I should... Oh my god, that made me jump. Hello, welcome in. Right, so we need to count 46 blocks along. 6, 8, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then obviously we have to consider... What is your name? I'm Jack. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I should be able to actually do this. If I remove 4 here, it does make the garden seem questionably small there, which is interesting. I didn't think it would be that small. It seems a lot bigger on this map. Then again, it doesn't actually. That's not actually as big as I thought it'd be. So, if we're looking from here, it's not actually that big. I thought it was a lot bigger than this, actually. What do you mean, sorry? Vijan, I have not heard of that place before. Oh, we will need actually a wood axe now that I think about it. If I just build this up by 2. Right, yeah, this is starting to feel about right. Yeah, so if it cuts down there, assuming that that hallway also... I need to go back inside. Assuming that hallway is completely straight as well, we should be able to just replicate on the other side, and we should actually get a decent scale for how big this build is going to be. Which I do believe, yeah, it does. Okay, so it's completely square. Kind of, it's like a rectangle. So if I just build this over, I will just grab that while I'm here, so I don't have to waste time. I'm not really going to be able to tell accurately from here, but we'll see. Okay, it's around about there. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely smaller than I thought it'd be. Even for the map, which I'll have to have a look at. So obviously, the walls, assuming that they're going in one block, we're not going to have much space. So we might actually have to expand it slightly. Completely forget how to get out of here. What are you fixing? I'm currently just trying to work out the scale because we are building this map from Phasmophobia. But honestly, it's quite difficult. So if we actually we'll just finish off this for now, and we'll build the walls and we'll see how it looks. If not, we can always expand it and just go off scale to how we think it should look. There we go. Nice. Alright, so if we just build this up now. Good May, what does that mean? Yeah, I should be able to grab this from here. Oh, I've actually just realised we don't need to do it from here. This needs to be a separate room. Alright, I'll just bring it down here. And then set this to polished tough if we have the command ready. We don't. There we go. Nice and easy. Set that right there. Then set this over here. So now I can actually kind of see how big this is going to be. So it's definitely a lot longer than it is wide, but in this build it's more... It's definitely still longer, but it's not as... It has some width to it. That does make things a bit more annoying, actually. So if we're assuming there's probably enough room for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Let's assume that it should be 22 wide. We'll actually just go up here quickly. I don't think I have the command save from yesterday. I'm not too sure. Oh, I do! Oh, that's helpful. Okay. So this should be ideally 22. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, welcome in, Mariam. How's it going? 8, 12, that's 16. So it should be a lot wider, ideally. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So if we get red wool, and then we can kind of just tie this into the side bit as well. There we go. Should be able to replace this as well. Replace that with a set command. Perfect. Make that nice and flush. Nice and easy. Okay. So, realistically, this hallway needs to feel a lot longer, I believe. Let's see. It's not that bad in the game. It might need slight bit. Massive bug flew into the room and hit my fan. Now it's behind the couch I'm sitting on. Oh god, wow. Sounds awful. Oh my god. Alright, we should be able to count it from this. So we need this to ideally be 22. So if we do it, we'll do some polka dots just to make it easier to count. Not a dragon head, ideally. Alright, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 16, that goes up to 19. So it needs to be 20, 21, 22. And then it needs to tie off, ideally. So we just recheck that now. That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. I've lost count again. Oh my god. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There we go. My god, okay. Alright, so we'll just go over here and do set air. And hopefully this should feel a bit more wide, I guess. Okay, there we go. Should be able to bring this over as well. And we'll do the exact same thing over here, because it's only an extra 2 blocks. be able to set this to polished tough. There we go. And then go down here, go here, and then set that, and then replace this. Finally, we go up here, up here. This time we do replace air, there we go. That should be a bit better. Have I done that right, actually? Yeah, I have. Yeah, okay. I was getting confused with the same colours, oh my god. Alright, so I do just need to cut this as well. We will just quickly delete this. And then we can set this to air. There we go, nice and easy. We should be able to bring this over as well. Nice. And this is where we paste a lot of blocks. This is where the asylum kind of actually takes a big turn. Yeah, so that's definitely adding on a lot more space, to say the least. That should be a lot more accurate as well. So if I stand in the middle and just have a look at comparisons. Go like right here. That feels a lot better. Yeah, okay, we can go with that. Nice, okay, we can work with this. Don't know why that's poking through. Should be able to just make the hallways wrap around now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Nice and easy. We'll actually take that and bring this over. Do I not have a lime terracotta? I do, there we go. 2, 3, 4. Nice, okay. Yeah, that feels a lot better now. Obviously we can add windows and stuff like that as soon as we need to, but for now we do not. But one thing I will do is we will build over the frame, just so we can actually get the walls in. There's probably a lot faster ways of doing this, but oh well. Set polished turf, and then we'll go down. Boom. Okay. Nice. And then we can actually use the upstairs, considering we don't actually have it as, in the actual game, we can't access up there. We're going to have a lot more space than what we usually would. So I know that this area actually does span out quite a bit, where I can actually take it from. I know this will, yeah, this will go out into the hallway. Okay, so we can actually abuse that later on. Yeah, that's fine. Just need to find the way out, because I'm already getting lost. Okay. Then we should be able to just bring over the wall again as well over here. It goes to here. goes to here, set polish tough, go up here, up here, there we go. Should be able to do that, and then we can replace this easily with polish tough, polish tough, there we go. Nice. Okay, we're actually getting the scale down now. This is getting a lot bigger. Okay, I might have a look at just building up these walls on the inside. Just because they are all at the same height, so we might as well get them done with. Do believe that, yeah, over here is kind of, we can use this as a baseline. I do want to quickly do this though. Okay, and then we can come to this room afterwards when we need to. There we go. Nice and easy. Right, as far as I know, just need to make the walls up to this height. So if we do //sets, 50% white grey concrete powder, and then 50% white grey wood. There we go. Nice and easy. I will just make sure it's a bit more random. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Nice and easy. Yeah, that does feel really cramped, which is a good feel. Nice. Same goes for over here. Make sure it's randomized, ideally. I think that's okay. I'm gonna quickly just do this. Make sure that's perfect. Nice. Have I actually done that like that? I thought, yeah, I was about to say, I thought I did the moss underneath as well, just to make it easier when I'm replicating it. I'm gonna have to build this in survival as well, which is kind of crazy. Alright, so if we grab the pale moss, and then I can grab this. /set pale moss. Nice and easy. Should be able to just do it like that as well. Nice! Okay, we're actually getting somewhere now. That's looking awesome, oh my god. That's made the build so much bigger. Damn, okay, alright. We are just gonna do the percentage one now. I do want to, just before I do anything though, give myself some night vision. Task infinite one trait, just so you guys can actually see. And then I believe it was this, where it's 60% polished diorite. We have 30% polished andesite, and then 10% polished tub. Yeah, so hopefully when we go down below, obviously we have to add the tiles. We should be able to get a fairly nice mix. I think that seems okay to me. Yeah, that's better. Nice. Alright, we should just be able to replicate that over as well. Obviously, we kind of have to have a look at it before we do paste it. Sometimes the randomization is not great. Is that okay? Let's compare that to the other side. I think that's okay. Alright, we'll head over. Nice. And then I do need to actually find another way in now. I do actually kind of like the fact that a lot of these tiles aren't broken. Maybe I can actually downplay the percentage a bit. Like, that feels actually better than this. So I might just adjust the percentage slightly. Where I can actually do maybe 65 to 25. It is really hard to tell, just because you don't want to get a natural feel. That feels decent, but this area is just not. Like, if I can always go through and just patch a bit up if I don't like it. Like, this is way too much. And then this is way too little. So if I just do that. And then maybe one here. That's better. Nice. Alright, that should kind of fade out and makes it... Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. Nice. Alright. We don't really have to do the upstairs just yet, but we will have a look. I know that it's going to be slightly different. But it's going to be pretty much the same, so it shouldn't be too bad. So we just dig that out and then replace this. Should be able to change that in a second. This room is through here. To admit, the concrete powder is annoying to deal with. Right, there we go. So we should be able to just replicate what we've done downstairs now. So, I don't know, did I fill these sides in? Or did I not? I cannot remember actually. Okay. I think what we'll do is it mainly looks like the concrete powder. Welcome in. Is that Spleef? I believe. Trying to remember where's the 50% one? Do we still have it? Don't know if we do. I might have gone past it. There we do. Right there. Should be able to just bring this over. Are these new rooms? Currently these are large hallways towards the back of the asylum, which I believe, I don't have a map on it directly. Maybe actually, Phasmo Asylum map. Yeah, so at the moment we're currently building these hallways. So the courtyard is the one in between, so we wanted it to be a lot bigger than the chapel, which I did do off stream. I did build that off stream, but the chapel's right here, and then we have the courtyard here. So as you can see, the scale seems relatively similar, where it's kind of like a large box. But we're currently just doing the upstairs area, which in the original game we can't actually go. So I'm not too concerned about it for now. But I think what's the harm in actually just finishing it off? Should be able to set that to pale. There we go. There we go. Nice. Alright, and then we should be able to grab that green terracotta. Or lime terracotta if we're saying it properly. Sorry, give me a minute, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Alright, and then we should be able to... Is that the divider, actually? We don't actually need that here. Yeah, I'll have to remove that on each side. I've just realised. So our first turning, which actually isn't a doorway. Alright, nice. We should be able to go over here now. Did I make it? No, I didn't. Okay, I was about to say. Nice and easy. Sorry about that, guys. It's a bit of a busy house today. Alright. Oh, we've got some concert tickets on at the moment. I've just seen that. Might have a look at that after stream. Alright, so we need to go. So I did 65. Alright, so now we need to kind of have a look if this looks right. We have to judge it off this area as well. Don't want massive clumps together because I noticed that kind of looks strange. That's too much. It's very difficult to judge. Like, that is probably one of the best ones we've had. It's just I don't want too many blank spots, but I want enough where it seems broken but still usable. Like, that is... Oh, that's so difficult. Such a difficult kind of design to get down. Okay. Could actually try and just use the other one, just to try and get the command a bit more reliable. So actually, I don't think that's selected. I think I have actually accidentally chipped that, which is annoying, but we can fix it. I think that's mostly okay. It's like I'm trying to get it perfection, knowing that I'm using a command which is basically completely random. That seems good. Okay, we can work with that. I will just go over here and fix this quickly. There we go, nice and fixed. Right, we'll head over here. Boom. Obviously we want it to try and match in with the hallway. Like, that feels like a bit too much. I think that's mostly okay. I might just add in just a little patch here though. Maybe one dark spot here. Nice. Okay, that was easier that time. And then we'll head over here, and I will just grab this one more time. I will need to quickly try and get inside though. It's just this way. Okay, now I need to kind of judge it. Not really a fan of that. That's okay. There's too many spots. Alright, this one I can adjust slightly. Alright, that's fine. Put that dark patch here, and maybe one here. There we go. Nice. Obviously, this will look out onto the courtyard. So we have the second story. Don't know if I'm going to do slabs up here just yet. I might just get it over with, even though it's quite unbearable to do. You have to place all of them down. So I tend to just go in with my white first. Just patch it all and then we dig it up afterwards, kind of make it look like some of them are kind of coming off. I'll do it in sections if I can. The way we're trying to kind of represent it is that the tough and the more damaged tiles, and they're probably the ones we want to mine out the most, so they're kind of pushed back. There we go, nice and easy. Alright, now we can just kind of go through and delete some of these tiles. Like, we will occasionally make one or two white tiles go through, but we do want to prioritise the andesite. Just because that's, you can kind of tell off the tiles, that's what's the most damaged. Like, this area would be kind of a lot worse. Just because of the bunching. Say something like that. Maybe actually replace that with some andesite. Quickly. Nice. And then maybe one there. And that just kind of makes the tiles look a lot more disturbed. Makes the hallway feel a lot more run down. Obviously when it's darker and we actually have every decoration, it's going to look a lot better. Right now it kind of just looks like a abandoned kind of schoolhouse, if you want to call it that. We'll do the other side first and we'll do this long hallway. I'll just change it up this time. We'll go do the dark spots first. That's definitely should be a tough block right there. That should be andesite. Tough that. To make sure I'm not missing any actually. Alright, nice. Then we can patch that in again. So just face the other way. Now, I would do some Phasmo streams today. Unfortunately, the audio doesn't seem to be working in-game, so I'm going to have a look into that. I actually do want to patch that in just a bit. patch that, make that damaged, obviously. Go back through. It's very difficult to judge on if I'm mining out too much or too little, but it's more of just looking at the final result. Yeah, right. Nice. Yeah, so it definitely feels a lot more crammed now, which is good. If we actually head onto the Phasmo map, we can judge that accurately. If I can remember where we are. Should just feel like a very long strip and then a very thick strip here. Yeah, that's better. Oh. Thought it was hunting for a second, I panicked, oh my god. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we just have to do this final area. Nice. Oh. I did do that, yeah, okay. There's a lot of dark spots on this area, which is fine, it's just very concerning. Obviously, eventually I kind of want to make cave-ins where certain rooms, like, the ceiling is actually completely caved in. This definitely shouldn't be that much. That's way, way too much there. Right, nice. Patch that in with some white slabs. Oh, okay. The map kind of looks crazy in the top left corner. I think after this we'll do the downstairs roof bit, because we've kind of missed that. And then we'll try and do that storage cupboard area, I think. Just next to the chapel, before we even try and tackle the outside. That's fine. We can dig that out slightly. There we go. Nice and destroyed. Do you think that that should be kind of like this? Do you want to try and get a bit more in the middle as well? If we can. And then maybe one there. Nice. Is that fine? This area is a bit too nice right now. There we go. Nice. Alright, that's fine. Can head outside now. Should, yeah, be able to do these hallways now. Obviously I want to add the doorways in afterwards and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. We've done a lot, oh my god. The fact that this is probably the smallest section of the build in terms of area as well. So obviously on the map, this is only this, and it's going to have this entire wing and this wing here, which is, this is probably 1/3 of the length. So if we're assuming that this probably goes maybe to here, that is a massive, massive, massive build. Obviously I still need to add the roof bits in the front, which I believe there is a photo here, yeah. Still need to add this. Okay. Yeah, we'll head down into the floor. I believe there's an entrance here. Okay, so we should be able to patch this in now. It does look like I've already kind of started off. I think we'll just go through the entire thing this time and then delete it afterwards. Just to try and speed it up. Just because this is not exactly the fun bit, I will say. Definitely helps the build look a lot more abandoned, but I know that this is not going to be fun to build when I do it in survival. Be getting around to that final corner. There we go. And we'll kind of go in and patch it afterwards. That's a lot of unnecessary andesite right there. Definitely should not be that much. Oh my god, that made me jump. Will I ever do command videos again? Probably not, considering I don't really play Bedrock. I'll be honest, like, ever since I kind of went onto PC, I haven't gone back to it. I still do similar projects in Java, but honestly, I don't really make anything interesting enough to warrant a video. So probably not, unfortunately. I do keep them up anyway, just because of the fact that it's still helpful for some people, but obviously some of it is probably outdated by now. But yeah, I I don't think I plan to return to Bedrock at least. Even if I do commands, it'll probably be on Java. That's andesite. Yeah, I mean, I did put quite a bit of effort into making that they were easy to make, necessarily, but obviously, it's still a very mundane kind of thing to watch, regardless. It's not exactly the most interesting content. Neither is it to kind of make... Spent more time kind of preparing, like, the script and everything, just kind of reading that out, than I did actually making the commands. It kind of got very repetitive. So I didn't want to kind of overdo it. I do think they significantly improved as the videos went along. I'm still quite proud of the, I was quite proud of the rocket boots when they were first a thing, but obviously they have quite a lot of bugs. The ninja video was the first one that majorly kind of took off, which is quite nice, and obviously the custom item jewels, that was that took quite a while to set up, but that was really, really fun. Obviously I had to balance out a lot of the weapons, because some are definitely more scary than others. But I know a lot of them still do work, like the Necromancer one, like that one was always going to be clunky, just because of the mechanics. But it did come out quite well. Alright, I kind of need to make sure this is quite a bad area for the tiles. Well, not bad, but like the tiles are a lot more repaired in this area. So I do need to make sure I'm trying not to mine as many. Do want to kind of make sure I am doing enough though, where it doesn't look like it's completely stable. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So same goes for over here. Yeah, but if you're looking for command videos, I've always suggested Guppy Duck as your kind of #1 Bedrock person. He was definitely quite a big inspiration for me when I was doing it. And he's definitely doing quite well now. Just obviously the restrictions of Bedrock with like the fact that you can't detect certain named entities and items was it put me off quite a lot. Like I did find ways around it, but there was always something wrong. It was never foolproof. Like even if it meant that you couldn't use like a certain die or whatever. Like in Java you just don't have that issue, you just write the name and it's completely fine. Sorry if you hear any background noise, guys. Should be able to patch that one in there. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Nice. Alright, we should be able to do this room while we're here. Only thing, I need to actually remember how big it is, because I don't remember this room at all. It's this one here. So it's very, very small. Okay, so realistically, if we're looking at this room, it's gonna be... I mean, we can actually play with the size here, because we're not really restricted. So I don't want to make it too small necessarily. So if we're assuming that, I think this is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If we're assuming that's 7 long, then that'll probably be 5. So we can just do this. 3, 4, 5. Like, that seems about right. Obviously, we can vary it. Like, this is one of the builds what we actually can come back to. Like, if we have a desk here, closet here. Yeah, no, the 5 is perfect. Does mean that we have access to a secret room, potentially. Which could be fun to make. Just need an axe. Oh. There we go. Obviously, I do believe that this is the same height as the hallway. I will just check though. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, should be able to build this up to around about here. I just make these as kind of standpoints. Should be able to set this to 50% of each. Then patch that in, put that right there, that there, boom. It's quite a small room, I will say. It does feel wider on the left, which is interesting. Don't know if that's going to be an issue for me. The room should feel a bit further over now that I think about it. It's probably because we got this doorway so it can actually feel a bit bigger. Might actually, because this wall is not exactly doing anything, might just push it a bit into the wall. Just to kind of make it more square. So I don't really want to make a habit of this. There we go. Nice and easy. That should feel a bit better. Strangely, it does feel a bit big actually. Then again, I don't think that's a big issue. Doorway takes up around about, I could probably fit 3 doorways in here. It's around about 1 block too big, but is that really an issue? How much room? We don't get much behind the door. I might actually delete this here. Set that to air. Then do we have this terracotta? Right there. Set that. Go up here, and then we should be able to Realistically, yeah, that should be free. Okay, that's fine. I will just turn... Can I actually move? There we go. I'll turn on the light in here so I can actually replicate it a little bit. But yeah, I think the good move is to definitely... Oh. Okay, how are we going to do this? Do you want to make the wall go up, actually? The wall does actually go up, yeah. Okay. So I'll just set that again. And then we should be able to just patch this in. Oh, I messed that up. Right there. Oh. There we go. That's better. Alright. Should be able to just quickly patch this in. There we go. And then if we just kind of destroy a bit of this. There we go. Nice. Okay. So that kind of adds the room as well. And then what we can do for cabinets, actually, could either do barrels, looms, signs on... Let's have a look, actually. So could do signs on this, kind of like drawers. But that's more of a fold open, so... A loom, how would that look? Okay, not exactly what I'm going for. What would look good? Not too sure, actually. Oh, actually. Beehives. That is perfect. Oh my god. Alright, so we can use beehives, actually. Kind of do that, and then maybe put the bottom like this. We also kind of want to add some stuff, like the chair and also the lockers. Don't know how I'm going to do the lockers, actually. Could use copper, actually. I think this is the first hiding spot we're actually building as well. There we go. That's fine. And then obviously we can make like a mini table and a mini chair. I don't think... Do we want to kind of patch in the inside? What would... If we have a look at trapdoors, what's a solid one? Should we just leave it for now? I feel like leaving it would probably be a better idea. Or we could just literally... Did we actually get the waxed? No, I think about it. We did not. To make sure we're building out of waxed ones. So they don't age anymore. What we can do now is if we get some waxed copper, since it's not going to affect the outside, we can actually just do this. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Nice. So it actually looks like you're kind of in the closet, which is good. Right, I will just make a quick table. It's right around here. The thing is, I don't think we're going to be able to fit in a chair, which is a shame, but oh well. Rules for nurse. I think that's mostly fine for now. We can leave that. Alright. Oh, actually. Oh, that's annoying. So we pushed over the wall, so... Could make it so it's like this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright. I believe that should be fine for now. Don't really need to do much here. And we'll just obviously tie it off with the walls though. And then we'll build this down. Let's replace air. There we go. Obviously we have this area if we want to do something with it. I'll leave this blank, maybe? Not too sure actually. Could just make it solid to be fair. I really doubt we'll use this for anything, but I think leaving it would be smarter, just so if we can add it later on. Honestly, I really think we should prioritise actually just making the doorways, which I think that'll be like the last part of our stream today. Just we don't want to overdo it. Yeah, we've actually done quite a lot. We've got all the hallways constructed, which is good. Welcome, Orc. I hope you're not getting too carried by Newcastle today. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. So there's a doorway here, and then is that doorways all the way down evenly? Because that'd actually make it a lot easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's not. Ah. Wait, actually, we could use it to line this up. Kind of. Honestly, that should be like 3 blocks out. Can I get outside? I think 3 blocks out would be a solid guess. Yeah, and then we want stone as kind of the border. Then, what is this made out of? This is more dirt and kind of cobble. So you'd have to make this into kind of like a grass path. Does mean that we can kind of play around with it a bit. So if we do like // set with 40% coarse dirt. Maybe 10% rooted dirt. 20% packed muds. What else can we do? Kind of. It's more just dirt, sand grains. Gravel I kind of want to use for the pathway. So what's that percentage right now? That is 70. So we've got 30 left. So we can maybe do 10% packed mud bricks. I made some kind of mistake here. Packed mud 10. Oh, right. Then mud bricks. Okay. What else can we add? Do we think maybe some podzol? Or is that too much? What else can we add? Brown concrete powder's tempting. Don't think anything else. Dripstone is tempting, but I don't feel like it's worth it. Alright, I think maybe some more, so up this to maybe like 50%. Put that to... Okay, so what, that's currently... It's currently 95. So I'll put that up to 15. Bad state format. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. It's definitely very muddy, which is interesting. But obviously, can adjust this. Do you want to build this up? Just like how we've done on the outside. Okay, there we go. Should be a step down. Okay, so we can kind of make this what would match well. Maybe some andesite. This work? I think that's fine. Then trapdoors. What have we got? What could work? Not really that much. There's some signs. Not anything that I could actually match this in with, which is a shame. I think we'll leave that for now. We could actually do a bit of grand and do something like this. I think that's too much, honestly. Right, so we need to border the entire thing, I believe, with leaves. I do believe the door is on the exact same area on the other side. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we can kind of just copy that over. Should be able to just do that. There we go. nice and easy. Okay, and then I think I need the leaves from azaleas. And then I can kind of just build this up. Might just paste that actually. Oh wait, you can't do that. To be fair, I think the sound is accurate to how you're walking outside. Do you want this to be directly middle? I really hope I've made this odd actually, now I think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, thank God we have. Okay. Kind of panicked for a minute, I thought I didn't. Okay. There we go, nice and easy. Alright, that's fine. On to the Phasmo. We do kind of want to make a border, okay. So that means that we could actually kind of outline this in andesite. Right, that's fine. Maybe if we just actually... This has like a lot of moss on it actually, so we might have to incorporate something else. But I will just do this. Just add a bit of depth, even though it's not accurate to the game, it's fine. Now this is where it kind of gets annoying, because we're going to have to try and... I believe this tree marks the midpoint, which makes it a bit easier. But assuming this isn't this is odd. I hope it's odd. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Need to go on the same level. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3, 1, 2, 3. Right there. Okay, that makes things a bit easier. I'm glad it was on the chapel and not here, where we had the issue. Okay, so it's kind of like, we've kind of got a midpoint. Alright. How does that kind of look here? Is it more, we've got kind of... I just build this over, just divide off sections for now. I built that 5, okay. So that's pretty accurate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that's fine. Assuming that we're on the side of the thing here. We want to go to the direct midpoint and maybe go 3. Even though it does feel a lot tighter than that, we don't want to make it worse. Right, and then I think if we make kind of like an area where I reckon should be kind of like a square around it. That's fine. Obviously we can build a custom tree in the centre. Do you want enough space to do that? Then 3 going over towards the left. So that goes towards the circuit breaker. So we can move this over. There we go. And then over towards here, it doesn't even fold it. This just needs to be completely like this. There we go, and then finally we just need to tie this off so you can only walk in these areas. There we go, nice and easy there. Alright. Obviously we have the dead tree in the centre. Depending on which side you're coming from, it obviously has the windows. So the windows would go right here. It's fine, okay. Done this quite well. Obviously we need to add detailing, but we're more just trying to get the structure. I do think that we definitely got something here. Do want to make a bunch of bushes and stuff, which we can obviously do later down the line. I will actually make the benches now that I'm here. So if we actually just come over here, should be able to just quickly make a very simple bench. Just on either side. Do believe it's the exact same over, not these, but if I go over here, I do believe it's the exact same. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. Alright, I'll head back over here. Want some benches on these corners, that's fine. Luckily it's the perfect amount of space because we measured it out. And now, okay. Obviously we want to blend in the pathway at some point. How are we going to build these? Picnic bench. That's going to be interesting. So it's like, it's more towards that angle actually, it's further back, so it should be, if I just use some oak wood as a placement holder, it should be kind of like this. much of a gap. There's quite a big gap in between. So maybe we need to make it more 2. Does it have a gap at the behind? No, it doesn't. So... yeah, I think that would be... So how are we going to make the benches? That's the question. I think... do we want to just go with something simple? Could just go with something really simple, to be fair, for now. Obviously, we could kind of just replicate what we've done over here. It's kind of like a height difference. Do I do it like that? So that actually does look in... that looks okay. More of like a diagonal, so... oh my god, I can't build that angle. It's kind of like this. Then we could make this kind of like... I just built this over. So we're not going to have as much space, which is a shame, but... I do think that this would look better if we did it like this. And then naturally... only thing is that we're not going to be able to put signs on it. Do I do this actually? And then signs... is that actually... does it have any on that game? It doesn't. I think it should be something like this. I feel like that's fine. Right, nice. Put that right there. And then put these on top. That's fine. Only thing is obviously it doesn't have much of a gap, which is annoying. Do we want to make the table 1 wide? Would that help? I don't know if it would. Like, would this look better? Obviously this doesn't, but if I make that kind of hollow, I could actually use the fences. Like that. I think that does look better. Just kind of makes it feel a bit less crammed. Nice. Okay, so we got the benches. Obviously the tree needs to go right here. But we can custom build that afterwards. And we kind of need a gravelly, cobbly path. Alright, I'm going to have to go, guys. But we're going to end it there. If you have enjoyed watching, feel free to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But hopefully we should be able to expand this upon next time. Sorry about the abrupt leaving, by the way. Just have to go and do something. Alright, see you guys.